Hello, and welcome to the premiere episode of Between the Scenes. My name is Pete Rogers. Have you ever listened to a popular song, watched a great movie, and thought to yourself, there's something behind that? I know that I have. And tonight, with a group of students from Loyola College, we're going to be exploring the allusions to Christianity in the movie The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I'll now have the members introduce themselves, starting to my right, your left.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. I'm a first-year student.
Hi, I'm Cassie. I'm also a first-year student.
Hi, I'm Chloe. I'm a sophomore.
And ladies, there are so many things in the movie The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe which have religious allusions. One of the places I like to start is with Edmund encountering the White Witch.
Anything you'd like to eat?
Turkish delight?
I would very much like to meet the rest of your family.
Why? They're nothing special. Peter would be king too.
No. But a king needs servants.
What did you think of that scene, and did anything speak to you about Christian allusions and or religious sentiments?
Well, I felt like he sold out his family, especially his little sister, and he saw that everything she was saying was true, and he already knew about the witch, and then he sold out his whole family for Turkish delights.
I know. The Turkish delights, that's pretty sad. Skittles? I understand if it was for Skittles, but yeah, what about either one of you, Cassie or Steph? What did you think about that scene?
I felt like the Turkish delights were very reminiscent of Judas and the pieces of silver when he went and he sold out Jesus to the Pharisees.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. And I thought that when just even his encounter with the White Witch, the way that she was so manipulative and the way that she drew him in seemed very manipulative, but she entices him with apparent goods. So so I can understand why he would be attracted to the Turkish delights or to the feelings of power, because I think that he felt very powerless in his family. Peter's the big older brother, Susan's really smart, and Lucy, of course, is really cute and kind of playful. Where is he in this whole mix of things? I think when someone gave him attention,
Yeah.
he jumped on that.
And it's like you could tell he was eating it all up, not just the Turkish delights, but the fact that he was like getting so much attention, that he wasn't with his other three siblings, but that it was all about him when he walked into that sleigh and saying that he could have whatever he wanted. And so I think that to him that was really exciting.
Do you think that kind of stuff happens at Loyola College, where people feel a little bit neglected and maybe get into some things that aren't necessarily healthy for them or good?
I feel like that happens at Loyola College, but also everywhere. I mean, even with different groups of friends that you get involved in, they'll give you a sense of popularity or a sense of belonging, but maybe it's not the right situation for you. But because they give you that feeling that you do belong, that you do have this popularity, that form of power, they kind of like bite into that and they buy it, and then they end up with an unhealthy lifestyle because of it.
So there are a lot of Edmunds on college campuses, and again, I think it was the whole, I accept you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Those are some really good insights. So what about the scene where Aslan is walking to the altar?
You are giving me your life and saving no one. So much for love.
That was a pretty powerful scene for me. How did that strike any of you?
I just thought it was really touching because he was doing that for someone Edmund, who had sold out his family and had done bad things.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Samson in that. You know, when Samson got his hair cut, he was powerless.
Yeah.
So when they were shaving his mane, I thought to myself, that's a real Samson moment there.
Right. But also, in hindsight, I feel like he wasn't powerless in that moment, that he was more like Jesus. Like I wouldn't say that Jesus was powerless and walking to the cross. I wouldn't say that. And I mean, I think that it holds, I guess, biblical weight if you're talking about cutting hair, but in terms of power, he surrendered willingly, and that's the point. He didn't have to fight against them. He let them do that.
Where do we need companionship?
Please, Aslan. Couldn't we come with you?
I would be glad of the company for a while.
I think day to day, every day, you're making decisions every day, decisions of who you're going to be that day. Are you going to, do nice things for other people, or are you going to be selfish? Who are you going to associate with? Are you going to associate with those people who are going to bring you down and bring you into bad things? Or are you going to associate with people who are doing good and who are going to help you as a person? So I think in those day-to-day decisions, you need companionship throughout all of it.
I agree with Cassie. College can be really rough and trying if you don't have anyone, especially just someone to say, I had a really bad class, and just to vent to. And I feel like it's necessary to have someone in order for you to succeed and do well in what you want.
And no one does it alone. Jesus didn't do it alone. Aslan doesn't do it alone. When Aslan comes back and basically kicks butt, it's kind of, I don't know how else to say it. I mean, they're in the middle of the battle. They're starting to lose. They're starting to wane. Aslan comes back with a mighty roar and just, kicks butt.
It is finished.
And I didn't know how to really interpret that. We were chatting about it, and Cassie, I think you had some really good insights into that. What did you share with us that was so cool?
Well, I remember how you were saying, I think, that you were seeing it at first as when Jesus rose from the dead, but you were saying but right away, evil isn't gone. Evil still exists today, even right now. But the way I saw it was that it kind of felt to me like it was the parousia, the second coming of Jesus. And when God's all in all, and when there is no evil, when evil's defeated, and when the witch dies, even though we don't see that happening, we know that happened, and we know from the scenes after that there is no more evil. And then with the scene with the four of them seated together, that shows the parousia, the second coming, when God is all in all, and when everybody knows that and there's no evil.
Yeah. What about the last scenes? I think that these were scenes that were a little bit difficult for me at times, because I had a hard time liking Edmund. I thought he got off pretty easy given what happened. It wasn't like he stole a Tootsie Roll and somebody said, "Oh, my Tootsie Roll's gone." It's like he kind of caused a major war.
What's done is done. There is no need to speak to Edmund about what is past.
It was a touching moment, but one that I had difficulty with to some degree.
For me, I mean, it was a big thing that he did, and to have forgiveness for that. But I wonder if that would have had the same effect if he only stole a piece of candy from his sister, and that's what he was forgiven for. I think the point in the movie was to make that, no matter what you do, we all have done things in our life. Some people have done bigger, sins than other people, but God's going to forgive all of that. And I think it's important that it was such a big thing. Like, look, he started a war. That's huge. But he was still forgiven for that. So even our sins, whatever they may be, God will forgive us.
Yeah, that's an excellent point.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I don't know if anybody has any further points, but I thought this was a lot of fun. And I certainly got a lot out of it. So thanks for being here tonight. And hopefully this will turn out really well.